All right, everyone, we have exceedingly good news today, which is that Trump has backed off on his threats to ban flavored vaping products, which would have saved not one life, helped not one person addicted to nicotine, fundamentally just created more bureaucratic bullshit with regards to the drug war. I guess in replacement, I guess some of these bureaus that are involved with the drug war, they realize that weed is going to be, legalized through the next decade or so. That's the big, sort of so-called progressive social issue, which is to say libertarian in the social sense. And so they're going to have to replace that with something to put people in prison for. So now they're focusing on vaping and tobacco products other than the good old American cigarette and cigar industry. That's just fine, by the way. So Trump has backed off, largely due to pressure mounting from people who understand vaping. And they understand a lot of people have quit smoking because of it. People wanted to get off the tobacco. They start vaping. They figure it's at least more healthy, potentially. And that's, I suppose, for legal reasons, I'll say up in the air science, but it's self-explanatory. Water vapor is different from tar and then burning plant matter, but whatever. People can pretend all they want to be ignorant all day if they wish. So Trump's backed off because a lot of people use it that way, number one. A lot of people then stop vaping as well. Like, they don't even intend to remain addicted to nicotine. They're trying to get off it altogether. There are ways to graduate yourself down. I realize it's funny. Nobody ever said, hey, Nicorette gums should be banned. Well, people might start chewing this to get high in the absence of wanting to smoke, but they'll still get addicted to nicotine. Maybe they even start smoking later. Or the patch or something like that. Nobody ever had a problem with those products, because they were specifically marketed as quit smoking. With vaping, it was, hey, here's a way to get your nicotine that's less unsafe, at least speculatively. Again, I would say obviously, but, whatever. I'll use the legal language required to be used at this particular time in the drug war paradigm. But it's nonsense. The idea that you're marketing to kids because you have interesting flavors to a product that you have to show an ID for and can only be an adult to buy is ludicrous. And the idea, by the way, that vaping products in and of themselves are the health issue with relation to these handful of deaths you've had. Dude, do you realize how many deaths per year there are for flavored alcohol beverages? Oh, you can get plenty of fruity flavored alcohols. Is that marketed to kids? Is Mike's Cranberry Lemonade marketed to kids, or is it marketed to people over 21 who don't want to just drink bread-flavored beverage or fermented potato beverage? It's marketed to the latter. Some people want a fruity drink. Is a margarita mix by Bacardi or whatever, is that marketed to kids? A mojito? Any of these other products? Kahlua? Is this No, it's not marketed to kids. The idea that vaping is any different is ludicrous. It's a double standard. It's a double standard because a lot of the products are foreign. There's the problem. Ban the foreign products. Ban the importation. That's all you have to do. People are making their own blends, which, by the way, they shouldn't be doing. It's unreasonable. It's irrational. It's stupid. Just get it from a fucking store where there's been lab conditions hopefully applied to the creation of the products. And they get hurt, they get popcorn lung, or they overdose because they measure improperly. Some people are dumbasses. That's their problem. It's not my fucking problem. And it's not the problem of any other reasonable individual. Imported products, especially from China, can be tainted. They can have the wrong chemical in them, create volatile gases when exposed to high heat or whatever. Ban the importation of Chinese vaping products. We should be banning all Chinese imports. Dude, everything manufactured in China's laden with heavy metals. They pack trash into their toys in the most literal sense. They melt everything down into a slurry and put a little bit into your fucking Legos, probably. Just ban everything from China and a lot of people's lives will be saved. Be a lot less pollution in the world once their industry dries up too. You could save so many more lives. They had some tiny number, like how many people died over however many years from vaping products? Wasn't it barely in the double digits? It's a moral panic to say that that's an inordinate number. Yes, occasionally your vaping pen blows up in your face, blows a hole in your cheek. Oh my God, you die of sepsis. I'm really sorry, but I guess it's a small price to pay for looking like a douchebag, which is really what you do when you're vaping. I mean, I'm hip to that stereotype. I understand some people use it specifically to quit smoking. Insofar as you're doing that, wonderful. I think not only is it good, it's great. If you're using it for any other reason other than cessation from smoking, getting yourself off the stuff, I think it's a dumb idea. But should it be illegal because it's dumb? No. There are plenty of dumb things that are legal. It's dumb to drink yourself to death. It's dumb to smoke cigarettes. Those are perfectly fine. You got to be 18 or sometimes 21 to buy them, but as soon as you get, yeah, you can smoke your lungs out. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can go over and get blowfish meat and fucking potentially get, what is it, ptomaine poisoning, or die of that. You can go swimming with a blue-ringed octopus. You can go and punch a shark in the face if you want to. There's no law against it. It's a dumb idea. It's dumb to go bother the wildlife. It's dumb to feed the bears. It's dumb to jaywalk. But a lot of things that you can do are either not illegal, or if they are, it's like, a slap on the wrist. Jaywalking, what are they going to do? They don't drag you to jail for 60 days and put you in federal prison or something for jaywalking. They give you a fine. It's to dissuade people from being topically stupid. But it's not that big a deal. For the most part, the average jaywalker doesn't get hit. The average car doesn't end up with a mangled front end because they hit the jaywalker. It's, society goes on. I think we need a lot more liberty. I don't really care if somebody has like a poisoned vaping product that they accidentally create and they die. They're the ones that decided to try to make it, as long as they're not trying to sell it to other people. By the way, again, if you're dumb enough to buy vaping product, homemade, to save money off your friends or something, where is your mind? You must have already smoked long enough to kill plenty of brain cells, because it's just a dumb idea. You shouldn't be trusting anyone else who's not operating in a potentially regulated scientific facility creating that product. You can mismeasure. They can mismeasure. It's just the way that it works. It is a terrible idea. And then you've got marijuana vaping and stuff, dude. You can get a simple vape, get regular old marijuana bud, mince it up, put it in, and vape it. It's as simple as that. Then you know it's just weed. I know, I smoked it back in the good old days at UVM, back in the 2000s when weed was probably better than it is today. It's probably all GMO at this point. And it was fun. And then I smoked weed out of a pipe, and it was better. Honestly, I don't know why you would want to vape weed, because there's just something missing about the high. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because, you can cough a little bit when you smoke it the normal way and potentiates it or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, disclaimer, I'm not saying it's safe or legal. I'm not giving you any medical advice. But I mean, come on, dude. Stop, we don't need vaping regulations. This is a good move by Trump. Just ban Chinese products and none of these deaths and accidents would have happened. Ban all Chinese imports. Go all in against China. You see how polite and clean society becomes in 10, 15 years. That's about all. Peace out.